Hello, hello, my friend.
Hello, hola amiga, ¿cómo estás? How are you?
I'm fine. What about you? It's a pleasure to
Perfect,
meet you.
perfect. My pleasure too. It's so nice to meet you here
Uh,
for the first time.
Welcome to my channel. And please introduce yourself to us.
Is okay, I'm Leila from Algeria, and the rest I will let it to you, okay? I'm open to your questions.
When I met you, I started to look for some information about your country, as I usually do with other friends around the world. And I
Mm-hmm.
noticed that Algeria is a kind of, how can I say it in English? It's a kind of piece of Europe in Africa. Africa. It's what I noticed. Yeah.
Okay, how did you notice that? Since you see it as a piece of Europe and Africa.
No, it's like first of all, I noticed the
Mm-hmm.
way that people used to dress. It's
Okay.
so like make me remember people in Europe, like so beautiful the way that the girls dress and
Uh-huh.
also the buildings. It's close to the buildings in Europe. Am I right, or is it just like I'm crazy?
No, you're not crazy. And yeah, it's nice to be curious about other countries. Now, when it comes to Algeria, it's like it's a country that's open to other cultures. Okay, so we're open to Europe, to Gulf countries, to the other continents. Okay, so this is why you see it like piece of Europe. Okay, so people here take care of their appearance, so they wear brands too. Okay, so they have no problem with that. The only point is that they also keep their identity. Okay, so they get in touch with all the world, but when it comes to their identity, this is something that many countries know about Algerian people. Yeah, and
Wow.
even through history too. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's different from Brazil, for example. In the beginning, we start to, we are a kind of mix between three cultures because we have the people who lived here, like I don't know how to say it in English, like the native people,
Mm-hmm.
indigenous. I don't know how to say.
Uh-huh.
And then the Portuguese people, they came, and also after that the Africans too as a slave. So we are a kind of mix between these people,
Mm-hmm.
but a kind of original identity was lost because what we can see today in Brazil is more than the Portuguese culture, I think. But it's
Mm-hmm.
interesting that you guys, even you are open to other cultures, but you kept the original, right? It's so important for you people, I think.
Yes. Yes, okay, and even if you live in Algeria and you see how Algerian people live, for example, you can notice that in weddings, Algerian weddings, most people wear traditional clothes, which are really Algeria is rich with that. So different regions, different type of clothes, and traditions too. So yeah, and as I told you, through history, Algeria was always well known with that. So, for example, the General Lacoste, who's French, okay, during the time of the French colonial here, he said that, okay, what should I do after 100 years of colonizing Algeria? He said, what do you want me to do if their faith was stronger than France? Okay, so it continued like that until our generation. So yeah, I don't deny that there is an influence, okay, of this colonialism and influence of the technology and the new colonialism too, okay, through technology and international diversity. Okay, so we're absorbing Western culture too much. So this had an effect on us. But in the roots, Algerian people are always those Algerian and Muslim ones in the country. Okay, they don't forget that. Okay, the only point is they confuse between tradition and religion, for example. Okay, they do some things which have relation to tradition, but they think that religion is saying this. So this is totally different topic. But yeah, this is what's happening. Okay, with the new generation. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. And what
Mm-hmm.
made me amazed about you, my friend, is also the fact that you know four language, maybe four.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Okay. Yes.
So this is a channel where I show my progress learning language. For now,
Mm-hmm.
I just have here like about Spanish and English, but
Mm-hmm.
I want also after this learn these two language, I want to also learn Arabic maybe. But
Yeah.
I would like that you can give us how give us some tips how you develop this ability to learn all this language. First, tell us what this language that you know and how you could develop this ability to be a polyglot.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. By being a polyglot. Okay. I learned languages in different ways. Okay. So okay, my mother tongue is Arabic. Okay, and also I have Berber origins. Okay, so I speak Berber too. So these are, let's say, okay, Algerian languages uh, as a native Algerian. So when it comes to French, I've studied French at school. Okay, because even here in Algeria, it's common that you see or you find people speaking French. Good. When it comes to English, I learned English from school too, and I used to like it. And then I studied it at university, and it became like my favorite language. Okay, uh, when talking about foreign languages. Okay, and then during the quarantine, I moved to learning other languages, and I started with Spanish when I had the intention to start to learn German. So my intention was to learn German, and then I said, no, it's very difficult because I used to hear that a lot. Okay, German language is very complicated, very difficult, blah, blah, blah. And it was my mistake that I let this affect me. Okay. And then the way it started in an app, which is Linkbee, and I started joining rooms that speak Spanish, okay? And I used to, in the beginning, I couldn't speak. And I just enjoyed listening. And then I noticed that it was a little bit maybe easier for me than other people to understand because I already speak French. So there are common words in Spanish. And then little by little, I started communicating, okay, engaging in the subjects. Okay, so I start participating and give my opinion. In the beginning, it was like 2, 3 words in Spanish and the rest in English. And then slowly, I got to the point where I could speak enough Spanish that makes me able to communicate with people who speak Spanish. And then I moved to German, and I said, okay, I have to break this and learn it. But what I did was different because I had no clue about the German language. So I started learning the grammar, okay? And I learned it for a month. Now I can have simple conversations. It's still difficult to engage in interesting topics, but in general, I can communicate with people in German, at least as a start, okay, a simple conversation. I can ask questions about the things that I want to learn, and so on. Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, we met each other in one of these rooms. You are speaking, and I was amazed
Yeah.
how this girl speaks so good. And how long have you been, practicing Spanish? And you said, I don't remember, 3 months at the time, like 1 year ago.
Okay, 1 year ago when we started talking, it was just a month when I started using LinkedIn. Yeah, when we started talking
What?
together.
Just you're you're speaking Spanish and you start just for this time, and you said yes, and I wow.
You know, okay, I don't want to take the privilege for that, but I just want you to remember that I used to speak French also. Okay, so I already know French, so this made it easy for me. Okay, so maybe if I didn't know any French, it would be difficult. It would have been difficult for me to learn Spanish. So the only thing is that I used to notice people how they speak, and I started engaging. And this is, I think, that it's very important point is not to let your fear of other people's opinion to block you from speaking. Okay, so in this part, I didn't have any problem. So I used to engage, to speak, and the surprise is that I had very interesting and beautiful, very nice feedback from Spanish-speaking people, and especially, I take the opportunity to say hi to all Latin American
Yeah.
people,
Oh,
okay, around the world, okay, because they were very, very nice, very sweet, very helpful, very positive. And I also discovered that we have many things in common, so yeah, it was very nice experience.
yes, we spend a lot of time in these rooms. I always say to people here in Brazil, because the most of Brazilians, they have problem with speaking, and they say, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to practice. And now with the internet, we have a lot of apps when you can practice for free. And we are example of that. Lingby is one of the best apps to improve our speaking skills. And what you said is very important, to talk and don't care about what people will say.
Mm-hmm.
It's very difficult someone complain about your if you made some mistake. It's I think I personally don't have this bad experience like someone correct me in a bad way. So just
Mm-hmm.
speak. No, be afraid. And
Yeah.
and I just want you to thank you for accepting my invitations. I'm so happy to have you here in my channel.
You're
That you,
the most welcome.
yeah, you told us how was your process learning like Spanish. And I understand what you say, like I don't want to take the merit to it, because me too, I think that I could learn Spanish more easy because of the Portuguese. But
Uh-huh.
I think French is not so close of Spanish like Portuguese is. So I,
I think so. I think so. Even though Portuguese is always on my list, I didn't forget that. Okay, as I
oh,
promised, it's on my list. It's on my list.
yes, we
Yeah.
can speak Portuguese. We say here in Brazil, we speak Portuñol, like the mix between Portuguese and Spanish, Portuñol.
Yeah, but the most important is that people understand you. Yeah, this is the most important point. Mhm.
Yes.
And any bad criticism, it would be for me as a reflection of self-confidence issues of the other part. Otherwise, when you don't have any problem with yourself, you're going to accept people and understand them. Okay, but if you see that there is something missing in you, you will just try to lower the level of the other person so that you feel that you're like higher and better than them. So good luck with all these people to fix what's going on inside.
Yeah, yeah. Guys, please. No, today I bring here another example that it is possible. You don't need even spend money with that. Just use the the free material in the internet, apps to practice, and it's it, guys. Keep going, keep learning language because it is amazing, and you can have this conversation with people from all different cultures than that's your country, and it's amazing, amazing, amazing. So
Yeah, it is.
much,
Mm-hmm.
Layla. God bless you, and see you next time.
Thank you so much. Take care and have a very nice day.